Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of Good Morning Eastville. I'm so glad you have continued to tune in, or if this is your first time ever, you are tuning into a really good episode. So thanks for coming. Today, I am joined by the founder and the president of the Eastville Chamber of Commerce, Harry Dhiman. So I will let Harry introduce himself.
Hi, Molly. Thank you for having me today. My name is Harry Dhiman. I'm the co-founder and president of Eastville Chamber of Commerce. I've been living here in Eastville since 2004.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the podcast. Harry was like one of the first people I ever really met when I started at the city. I think I went to the chamber mixer breakfast like the first week, and you're like the first friend I made in the city. So thank you for coming. So,
I remember that.
Yeah, I was very scared then. I was like so little, so young, and I was very nervous. So anyway, all right, I'm going to ask you some fun get to know you questions before we jump into the hard stuff, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, if you could have dinner with any three people, like dead or alive, three people, who would you want to have dinner with?
Very good question. I think my dad and probably Todd Rigby.
Why Todd?
He's a dear friend, a community organizer,
yes.
And he does a lot for our community. I think I appreciate him very much.
Yes.
And Molly.
And me. Yes. Oh my gosh, I would love to be in that lineup. I feel so honored. Wow, thank you. I think we would have a great time.
Yes, we will.
We would have a good time. Okay, are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm a morning person.
When do you go to sleep and when do you wake up?
I go to bed probably between 9 and 10, and I'm up around 4:30, 5 o'clock.
4:30?
Yes.
Why are you up so, like your body just wakes up or you set a timer?
My body just wakes up and without the alarm, and that's how I've been doing all my life.
Mm-hmm. That's me too. If it's like 9:30, I'm like ready for bed and I cannot sleep in past 5. My body just wakes me up.
That's right.
Okay, last question. What quote or motto do you live by?
Tequila is the best thing to drink.
I like that. That's a good one. Do you want, okay, I know that we didn't put this in the questions, but do you want to talk a little bit about your business really quick so that people, obviously you do the chamber, but also what's your real business?
Yes. Over the years, I have done multiple different businesses. I used to own 28 restaurants. I owned several hotels on the East Coast. But right now, I'm mainly focused on our spirits business, which I started on in 2010. It's called 88 Spirits. We manufacture, import, and distribute probably a little over 180 different labels from all over the world. And our major clients are the chain stores in California and in other states as well.
Can I tell you a funny story really quick?
Yes.
Okay, so a little while ago, Harry invited me. This was maybe like a year ago, actually. You invited me to come to your like business so I could look at the warehouse.
Yes.
Okay, and remember you gave me like a bottle of tequila as like a gift?
Yes.
Okay, so after I was leaving, I had all my work stuff in the back, and I put the bottle back there, and it was really hot, and the bottle, like the cork part came out, and it spilled all over my work stuff, and it like ruined it, and my whole car smelled like tequila for like 2 weeks.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
No, that was my fault because I left it back there.
So now I owe you another bottle of tequila.
Yes, that was the point of the story. Was me saying that I need another bottle.
Another bottle. You got
No, I'm just kidding. But it was so funny. And then like people kept getting in my car like, why does it smell like this? Like what's going on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys aren't even going to believe me if I say it.
So my guess, you didn't end up drinking since it all spilled, right?
No, it spilled all over my stuff and my whole car.
I'm so sorry. We'll get you another bottle. Yeah.
Well, I just want to tell you that story because I never told you. So anyway, well, thank you again for coming. I want to ask you some real questions now. So first, obviously, you were the co-founder of the chamber and you're still the president to this day. So what was like your initial motivation for starting the chamber?
Back in around 2009, Eastville was growing. It wasn't even a city at that time. Eastville was growing. There was a networking group that I became a member that attending the networking group meetings every month. At one point, with my past experience in different businesses, different chambers that I serve on, and I thought, but this networking group needs more than a networking group. They need some structure. They need a organization that can support and help the growing community. So that's where the idea came from. Then with 5 people around my dinner table in December 2009, we formed the Eastville Chamber of Commerce. Then on February 9, 2010, Eastville Chamber of Commerce was officially incorporated as a nonprofit organization.
Mm-hmm. I feel like even the last few years that I've been here, I've seen the chamber grow so big and like, add new events, and the mixers are getting bigger. Like when I first started the breakfast mixer, we had a good amount of people, like maybe 50 there or something, but now we can't even fit in the rooms because it's so full. Did you expect, I don't know, I guess, did you anticipate the chamber being so successful when you initially started it?
Yes. It's you got to start somewhere. If you look at any big businesses, they all start either from the garage or the dining table and all that stuff. So the dream was that how do we continue to grow and create an organization that forever will represent the local businesses, local communities, and work with the city, and just an amazing organization that continue to inspire small businesses to grow.
Mm-hmm. So then obviously the chamber has been really successful over the last few years. So what has been the most rewarding aspect of all of it? Is there a particular thing that has really stood out to you?
The most rewarding thing is that it allows me to serve the community and give back to the community. That's the key thing. And it's just a satisfaction that I enjoy that, but I'm here to support small businesses. I started small, and it reminds me that how did I came here where I am today? So I continue to do that. It's a giving back to the community, and we continue to inspire people and provide the very professional networking events.
Well, I like that the last year or two, you've been really heavily emphasizing people telling their stories, because, that's so important to get to know not just the business, but people's personal feelings towards their business or why they have started it. So do you want to share a little bit about your story of either your specific business or the chamber? What's kind of been your background?
Over the years, I've been, especially for the last few years, like you said, so encouraging people to share their stories. Without the stories, there's no beginning. It starts from somewhere. You have a story, and you got to tell the story. And, my story is that I can share with you. I come from a very small family, lived in a very small village on the bank of a river back home in India, so coming from there and walking to the school, sometimes have shoes, sometimes had no shoes. Coming from there to here, it's a part of the story. That who do you become, or what do you become? And same thing with the tequila business. It's a story that I enjoy loving tequila, and now we serve all over the place. So there's many people in our community. A good example comes to Safari K, and I always tell her, share your story, and she ended up writing a book. So I'm very proud of her.
Yeah.
So sharing a story is the key thing in your business. You need to do that, otherwise people won't know who you are.
So when did you come here over from India, and what was initially? I'm assuming you came here. You obviously didn't have much. You didn't have a business or anything when you came here. So how did you get your first business off the ground?
I didn't come here directly from India. I was in England. I left to England at a very young age. So I lived in European countries for a long time. I came here in 1985.
Okay.
And my first job was on the corner of Rosemead and Delmar at 7-Eleven, $2.25 an hour in 85.
Wow, making the big bucks.
Yeah, so from there, I got a job with the 76 product company, and I left a very successful job. I worked for them 16 years. And from there, I started my own businesses. The first business was from the garage.
Yeah.
And a software company. And then I got into the restaurant. So I had around 28 restaurants right here in Inland Empire. That's what made me move from Orange County to Eastville, because my businesses was here, And then slowly sold the restaurants, got into the hotels, and then sold the hotels and just the alcohol business now, which I enjoy very much.
I'm sure you do. So, you've done so many different businesses. Do you feel like the alcohol business is this where you think you're going to be in it for the long haul, or you think in the future you'll do something else?
Business are such a thing. They're all, anytime you own a business, it's always available for sale at the right time, at the right price. So, and I don't know how long I will have that business, but I'm loving it more than any business. I had the opportunity to meet so many amazing people, not only in California, throughout the country and other states. We import stuff from Italy, from India, from Mexico, and from Argentina, from Chile. So all the amazing people that I was able to connect with, it's been very rewarding. I enjoy it.
It seems like you've been able to do a lot of different things because of your businesses and travel a lot, go to different places. What's been like the best experience you've had because of your business?
The best experience in my business is traveling to Mexico. I really enjoy it, love it. And I'm there almost every month probably, so all part of Mexico. We make our mezcals in Oaxaca, very rich culture, great people. And the food in Oaxaca is just amazing. Simply love it, Okay. And so the other parts of Mexico,
Okay, awesome. Well, so going back to the chamber a little bit, can you share maybe, again, I know there's so many different people in the chamber, and it seems like the chamber has been so impactful on these businesses. Can you share like your favorite story or like interaction or moment that you've had because of the chamber specifically?
It's very hard to pick up a one story when you are running the chamber for 14 years as a president, and there's so many success stories in Eastville. It's just, I can talk all day long about it, But a few of the top few businesses that come to my mind is Y and Y event, Jose, El Toro Sushi, James, Safari K. And these people have a story. I still remember Jose starting the little small business, and now he's all over the place. And I feel very proud of him and the stuff that he's done. He's involved in the community. And I was able to sit down with him one day and to listen to his story, an amazing story for him to how he got it here to U.S. and what he does today. Yeah. So there's a story about it, and he's a very successful person, and I admire him for what he did. Safari K is another great example. And there's many stories. It's very hard to pick one, and they are all, one thing is very common. They all started small, somewhere in their garage. That's a very common thing. Yeah. And they're grown business, So I'm very, very proud of the Eastville Chamber of Commerce. Continue to provide that support. And I'm very proud of our relationship with the city of Eastville, that we work together, support small businesses, and the partnership, hosting, major events in the city, So very proud of the partnership. We host a National Day of Prayer breakfast every year. Where else would you see every faith-based organization getting under one roof and praying for our family, praying for our leadership, for the city and the country? State of the city with the taste of Eastville. Working with your group. That's an amazing event we've been hosting for years and years, and where we bring the community together to celebrate the success of the our city. So.
Yeah. Well, I remember quite a few, maybe a year or so ago, I remember when Jose came to the breakfast mixer for the first time, and you had him sort of share his story and talk about it. And I remember I didn't know who he was at the time, never seen him or anything. And now it feels like he is, like you said, everywhere. He's been in a bunch of our videos. He is at every single event. He's bringing the chairs, he's bringing the easy ups, he's doing all of the things. And so I think that's just a testament to the chamber and what it's done for him and other businesses in the community. Of they started at this small place, but because the chamber has come alongside them, they've really been able to grow.
Yes, that's right. Another great example, I remember the How Gourmet, Silvana. I mean, she's another great example. I met her at a event in Ranch Cucamonga. This was a few years ago. So I invited her over. I said, come to the chamber and can you serve breakfast? She's serving breakfast. Now, over the last 3 years, she's been serving every major events that we do. She have grown so much. And now she's opening up her own place very soon. She was renting a kitchen before. And now she's opening out. She will own a kitchen. She owns a truck, and she have employees, and she serves Eastville community really well with all the services that she provides. And I'm very proud of her as well. And she's very thankful getting involved with the chamber. So.
Yeah, I think too, the more people get involved in the chamber, then the more I see them out in the community, which again is just another benefit of being in the chamber. It's not just, I've been a part of other chambers or been to other chambers in other cities, and not that they're bad. I think everyone has value, but I love that ours is so active and involved and engaged. And then I see them, serving the community better because they're a part of the chamber, because I think you very much emphasize getting involved in the community. And so these people have become, not just like a partner in the city, but they have become personal friends of the city and, people that we care about. And I'm so excited to see all these people doing so well because of the chamber. So props to you guys. Yeah. I think you guys are doing great.
No, thank you. Eastville Chamber is a unique chamber. Everybody asks me, can you define Eastville Chamber? I say it's a community-based business organization. We are very deeply rooted in our community. We work with every service organization, the school district, any other nonprofit organization in the city. So we are unique. We are not a regular chamber that you will see. We are very unique. We are different. We are very active. We are one of the most active chamber in Inland Empire, if not California. So, and becoming a chamber member is. If you become a chamber member, you never come to the event, then you expect the business to grow. It's never going to happen. Getting involved with the chamber, coming to the mixers, connecting with other businesses, networking, that's how you grow your business. That's where you take your business to the next level. Definitely. If you don't get involved, and you're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah, definitely. So, you get out of it what you put into it.
Exactly. Sure. And I said yesterday at a meeting, something came to my mind. The chamber networkings are like a school. You go to school, but the homework is done at home. That's how you get to the next grade, doing your homework right. So the networking events that we provide is your school to come and take a lesson. Then the homework is at home. You're going to go and follow up with all the people that you met in the networking group, and how do you follow up on your lead, how you create a relationship with other businesses and sell your services and get some of the other services the chamber member provides.
Well, I know too, you guys are doing a lot of events throughout the year. We have like the mixers in the morning, but then there's the nighttime mixers, but then of course like the bigger events. So I know it's kind of hard, but do you have like a very favorite event if you could only pick one event all year, what's your favorite?
My favorite event is National Day of Prayer Breakfast. That's very near and dear to my heart. I say that year after year. Where else would you find every faith-based organization under one roof and a full room of 300 guests, and we pray all together? Doesn't matter what religion you are, doesn't matter where you come from, and we are praying for each and everyone. So that is my favorite event of the year.
I love National Day of Prayer Breakfast. And I think I've been to 3, and I always found myself very emotional because of that same reason of it's a little bit of everybody in the room, but everyone for just like one day is coming together and getting along and praying for the city and our community and the state and every single thing, in between. And so I love that event. And this last year when we had Mayor Dinko, he was there speaking, and we had Mark Orm open it up, and I just felt so honored that I got to be there and be a part of it, and to have leaders who also seem to enjoy the event too. So I think that's a good event. Obviously, I'm biased, and my favorite is State of the City. But State of the City is coming up too, just like a plug. It's on October 3rd, and we definitely would love to have everybody there. We're going to have a great time. The theme is Pillars of Progress. So everyone come out to Vantage Point Church.
Followed by Taste of Eastville.
Followed by Taste of Eastville. Can you explain what Taste of Eastville is so people know?
Taste of Eastville is we bring local eateries between 25 to 30 and have them serve their food as samples at the event. And we do a lot different than any other city does Taste of Eastville. We pay for the food. Our job is to support local businesses, small businesses. So we don't ask for free food. We pay for the food. We pick up the items they need to bring it in. We provide everything else, the tables, the plates and forks and all that stuff. So they come out and present their food. It's a great marketing tool for them. It's a great opportunity for the community to taste different food. A lot of people sometimes don't even know, my God, you exist in Eastville. So it's a win-win situation for the businesses as well as for the community. And at the last year event, that we had little over 800 guests there,
Yes.
So, and we expect a lot more than 800 this year, So
Yes.
thank you for your support. And I'm very grateful, to the mayor, the city manager, and city staff, your team, and the community development team. The relationship that we have, it's create the success stories working with the community and the local businesses, So.
Well, I know on the city side, we're so grateful for you guys as well. Obviously, you do amazing things for the community, the business community, and also just such great partners and friends to the city and to me personally. I love hanging out with your whole team because everyone's just so easy to get along with, and you have such a genuine care for the city, and so I think it translates into the events. And with State of the City, obviously, it's been so successful the last few years. The first year we did State of the City together, I think we had maybe like 400 people come. And then last year it was like 800 people. And so I'm hoping this year that it goes well. And we would definitely, again, love to see everyone there. So thank you for always partnering with us. And hopefully we have a great State of the City this year,
Yes, we will.
We will.
It will be very successful.
We will. So one more question I wanted to ask you is, and what we always kind of end the podcast on, the podcast is really meant to give people like you behind the scenes look at, jobs or businesses or life in Eastvale. And so I know that not everyone fully understands, maybe what the chamber is doing, or maybe there's misconceptions. So is there anything that you want to share about the chamber that people might not know?
The same thing I would, like I say always, become a part of your community. Come out and whether you want to be a chamber member or not, just come out to our networking event. Get involved. Without involving, you can't expect anything to happen. I have sometimes members, they don't renew their membership. Oh, I didn't get anything out of the chamber. So my question to them is, how many events you attended last year?
Definitely.
So 0. So, and to get involved, become a member. So giving back to the community where you earn your living is the key thing to do. Is a prime responsibility. I'm doing a business in Eastvale. It's my prime responsibility sharing back with the community. And Eastvale Chamber of Commerce is a great way to do that. Whether you are a nonprofit organization or you're a for-profit, it's the best way to do. Get involved with the chamber and come out to the events and give back to the community.
Yeah, we're now in season 2 of the podcast. I think this is our 17th episode or something. And when I ask people this question, almost every time they say, get involved in the community in some type of way. I feel like that's always the answer because it's so important. And, we definitely have people who will have thoughts or concerns about specific problems or issues. And I think the answer is always get involved and come out to things. And like last week when Mayor Dinko had his town hall, I thought that was such an awesome event because there were a lot of questions on people's brains and they got to come and they got to hear answers. And I felt like that really, handled a lot of the issues. And I think same thing with the chamber of people saying, oh, maybe, I don't know what you're supposed to really get out of it. Well, you have to show up to figure it out.
Yes.
You can't sit at home and say, oh, the chamber's not doing anything for me. You have to come and get involved and put in the work. So that's something I hear from everyone. Is there anything else that you would want to share about the chamber?
I just wanted to say the one thing, like you just mentioned, the community is the key. Without community, there's no city. There's no business, no chamber. So the community is the key. That get involved, be part of your community, whether it's a event hosted by the chamber or hosted by the city or any other nonprofit organization. Just get involved. You don't have to get involved in one thing. You can go anywhere and do all the events. Be a part of the community. Give it back so we can continue to build that unique community and one of the safest city in the country.
Yeah.
That's Eastvale.
Definitely. And if anyone's listening and they want to be involved in the community or the chamber in any type of way, you can reach out to both of us. We're always here, happy to help and support the community. Whatever anybody needs of us, let us know. That's what we're here for. And that's why we have the podcast also. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing a little bit about your story and the chamber. I know that the community will love this and appreciate this. And from the city, again, I just want to say thank you for all that you do for the community. And you're such a great partner to us. So
thank you. Greatly appreciate the opportunity to come and sit down and talk to you.
Yeah.
So I greatly appreciate and looking forward to do many more partnerships together.
Me too. So we will see everyone outside of the city on October 3rd. So
That's right.
All right. Bye, everyone.